People, I want to talk Season 7 Super Moves. Super Moves. What is it? How do you make it work? Where do you make it work? How do you know what to look for? What's it all about, Big Jim? Well, I'm going to tell you. And also, styling techniques. Styling techniques are going to give Season 7 SuperCard a kick up the old what's it? Because it's new and it's exciting and it's not as complicated as it sounds. Just watch. Yes, people, welcome to the second of my Season 7 WWE SuperCard special previews. Playing on a test account, I've been playing all weekend. These videos are coming out on Monday, November 16, 2020. The game Season 7 refresh comes out on Wednesday, November the 18th. But what I'm going to do here is just try and explain some of the new facilities that are coming out with super moves. Something I've not heard much about. It's pretty damn awesome and it's going to help you in any mode. Any mode, you can use it in any mode at all. Then we'll come on to styling techniques. Styling techniques sounds a bit more complicated when you start to look at it, but once you've started playing, and I've only been playing for a couple of days, you soon get your head around it. So it's not as complicated as it sounds, but I'll show you that too. The best way to explain these things is to actually play the game. So let's get the old bins on, the trusty bins, and what we'll do is we'll play a wild game. We'll go into wild thing mode. Just play a game and I'll show you. As I say, you can use this particular move. You can incorporate it in anything you want. Team Battleground, Last Man Standing, you name it, you'll be able to use it in there. So we'll just go in and play a game. Now if you, when the game comes up, look next to my name, there's BadLadDad, Macho Man, when it lands. Right, now you can see there's a little meter next to BadLadDad with a sort of reddy, orangey, yellowy, greeny, and it says your super move meter is 94% full. When you tap on it, basically every match you play, it seems to be in all modes this, every match you play you add 2% into that meter. What you're trying to do is fill that meter out to 100% and then you've got yourself a super move that you can use any time in the game that you want to. Now obviously I want to play 3 matches here in wild mode, so that's going to get up to 100%, so we won't be able to play it in this specific match. We'll have to go back in again and play it again, but as you can see, we're now going to match 2 with some of these very nice Behemoth cards in action. But what you need to bear in mind when you want to play the super move is you could be, say for example, playing Last Man Standing and you come to one of those pesky rounds where you just can't win and you're crashing out because that's the only really way you're going to win that match. What you can actually do is come back into the game, play wild mode or PvP, however you want to do it. You can see we're up to 98% now. However you want to do it, build that meter up. If you get up to 100%, then you could go back into Last Man Standing and have another go. And you wait till you see. You just wait till you see what it can do for you. Right, that's us fully powered up. It should be 100%, but we won't be able to see it here. We're going to have to go onto the collection board. But I'm going to have to quit. I'm going to have to quit because that's not quite working. So we've gone back into wild mode to play this game. When we go in, we should find we're at 100%. And once we can see we're at 100%, we can play the super move. And you can see the super move in action. Again, we're not really going to need it. You wouldn't waste it in this kind of match. But there you go. It's fully blue. And if you tap on it, if you want to use it, it turns white on the inside. And if you tap off it again, that would go out. So you're not committed to playing it if you've tapped it accidentally, but when it's in that mode where the white inner light, if you like, is shining, it's ready to go. Now keep your eye on Finn Balor. Yeah, okay, normal boosts coming in. Yeah, this is all normal. Yes, it's all normal. Yes, there's cards going on. 100% to all stats. Yes, 100% to all stats. That is what a super move is all about. Now, when I read some of the preamble to all of this, it did talk about super moves plural. So there may be some others up their sleeve. But while I've been playing this game, every time I've gone in, well, look at that, it's 10 million. 10 million stats. You're not going to play them against a Gothic card, are you? You're not going to waste it against a Gothic card. Every time I played it, look at that. That is freaking amazing. So 100% boost on your stats, that is something well worth having up your sleeve. But now you can see the meter is back to 0. It's looking very cold, very lonely down there. I'll just carry on playing this game just to get to the end of it. But as I mentioned to you, you could be in Team Battlegrounds. You might be struggling with a Team Battlegrounds match. You could be playing the top opponent, and that could be your task, and your whole team's waiting for you to win. You could incorporate it in that. There's all sorts of different manners and modes that you could bring that special move into, super move. I should suppose call it super move all the time, shouldn't I? But you've got to really be careful when you play it. You don't want to just chuck it in there. You don't want to waste it. You want to make sure that you're using it at the right tactical moment. So, I mean, having that up your sleeve is an amazing thing to have. On top of that, yes, you could have equipment cards that are also helping you boost your stats. And yes, it is a bit frustrating when you get an equipment card that hasn't got quite the stats you were hoping for, and you might be tempted to spend a few credits. Hang on, I'm just going to have to stop here, quit out of this. So style and techniques, what's it all about? Well, it is very basic once you get your head around it. And I've only been playing for a couple of days, and you begin to recognise all the telltale signs and what each thing means. So let's just try and break it down for you. Styles. Each wrestler, each superstar in the game is given one of 5 styles. They're either going to be a grappler, a brawler, a striker, a high flyer, or an orator, or an orator, as some people call it. So those 5 styles. Now that's predetermined. We can't change that. That's within the game. But once you get that card, and if you look at Alexa Bliss here, she's got that microphone symbol. Just look below Twisted Bliss. I'm pointing. You can't see my finger, but I'm pointing. There's a microphone and a hand symbol. That microphone is her style. That means that she's an orator. You will get to recognise these symbols very quickly. And when you go into a different card, say such as Bray Wyatt here, you see that little hand there. That shows that he's a brawler. That's the symbol they've chosen for brawler. Now, like I mentioned, Rey Mysterio, you probably guess out of those 5 things that I said, he's the high flyer, which is why they've got the aeroplane symbol. Murphy's a striker. That's what the hand with the little sort of electrified look to it is. And then we're going to get on to my old friend Otis, who is a grappler. They've used a grappling line there. Very clever, isn't it? Very clever symbols they've used. So once you've recognised those 5 different styles of wrestler, what are the techniques you're going to get in them? Well, again, the simplest thing to do is to start showing you what some of the techniques are that each person has got. There's a choice of 4 techniques out of an overall total of 6 that Cat Daddy have made available so far. Whether they add to them again in future, I'm not sure. But if you just go in there, you can see that hand symbol that was on Alexa Bliss's card is assist. What I'm going to do, if you tap on the little circular symbol that you got used to from the equipment cards, that will call up the menu that will show you the different, well, firstly it will show you that you can shuffle it if you don't want to have assist as a technique. If you're not sure about the techniques, click on that I button. Those are the 4 techniques available for orators, not just for Alexa Bliss. That's linked to the orators. So you've got assist, reversal, inspire, and defend. They've all got various percentages. Those percentages, when the cards start, are lower than that. They actually improve the more games you play, up to the 100 games. So you have assist, reversal, inspire, and defend. Now those 4 are linked to orators or orators. It's not just Alexa Bliss that's got those choices. That is what will be linked to orators. Each style has 4 strongly linked techniques, and you're not going to step out of that zone if you like. Now you've got assist, reversal, inspire, and defend. My personal favourite at the moment is reversal, because as you can see, after a loss, there's a 55% chance to replay the match. If you're strong in power and toughness, and you get called into a speed charisma match with someone who is stronger in those 2 stats and you lose, if that kicks in, it's going to flip. It's going to flip what you're going to be challenging them at. And if you're strong in power and toughness, you've got a very strong chance of winning. So I really do like that technique. You can shuffle the techniques if you want to, but I think at this stage, you've got to find what you think suits you best. I like reversal because it's easy to understand, and it's an easily seen benefit when you've lost a match and it suddenly goes, whoa, hang on a minute, and it goes back and you get a new match or a rematch. What happens though, when you've got two cards like these Alexa Blisses and you want to pro them, as you can see on this card, she's got a different symbol. She's got a shield, and shield is defend, so that's a different stat. As you can see, now I've called it up again, I'm beginning to recognise these symbols, and you will too. It's not that difficult to get your head around once you've had a look at it a few times. So again, you can see assist, reversal, inspire, defend. So what happens when you come to pro these cards? Because obviously it can't carry both stats through, so what's going to happen? Well, what happens is you get the choice. Once you've got two cards that are together, once you come to pro them, it will then ask you, well, which of the two stats do you want to carry over? Do you want to carry over defend? Do you want to carry over inspire? Which is the one that you want to take with you? So let's just see that in action. The best way, as I say, let's see this in action. So let's combine the two cards. Yes, we know what we're going to be doing. Let's see, assist and defend. Sorry, I said inspire, didn't I? Assist and defend are the two choices. So we make a choice. We go with the gut. Let's go with assist. Bang. And what I have to do is just come out of the card to show you, because she's obviously not incombinable anymore. There she is near the top. Click her open. You can already see the hand symbol is in place. So she's retained the style as she always would do, and as any card would do, and the technique is assist. Now what you will find here, you go into assist, it's back down to 10% chance to increase the stats by 5% of total stats from random card in deck. Bit of a mouthful. You're going to need to play 100 games again with that card to get the full bonus back up again into the pro card. So you are going to need to play your matches. But as I say, certainly what's not worth doing is if you've got two single cards and you want to have a choice, sorry, you've got two single cards and they've both got the same technique on, fine. If you want a different technique, just spin one of them. Don't spin both of them. Just spin one of them until you get the right one or the one that you're after on that card. Because then when you come to pro them, you can choose that stat as part of your choice with the pro. If you've got two cards and one of them's already got the technique that you're interested in, then don't bother changing the second card, because you can do that again when you come to pro them. Let's face it, when you've got two cards of the same person, you tend to want to try and pro them pretty quickly. You're not going to be sitting around with them as singles for too long. So what I'm just going to do now, just go through sort of grappler. As you can see there, I was just trying to show you quickly with Danny Birch that he's, having not played any games, he's got a low amount of statage. Sorry, I should have pointed that out to you a bit quicker. Whereas if we go into Otis, the man who's modelled himself on my physique and done a very good job, the percentages are a lot higher. And the choices there for grappler, chain, assist, reversal, inspire. This is sounding probably a bit complicated by now. You're probably thinking, hang on, I'm beginning to lose track of what's going on here. But it's not that complicated, actually. It's not. When you get down to it, you're thinking, grappler, he's got these four things. But you are going to recognise the chain is the chain, the hand is the assist. Those little symbols are going to become second nature to you. So it is something that does require a bit of thought, and when it kicks in, it's going to be random as well. So you're going to think about what suits your strategy best. Do you like having something that can give you a boost in the round after? Do you like something that can help you replay a game straight away, like I do? Particularly if you lose a lot of games, then you like something that's going to help you replay the game. So that's something that you really do need to consider when it comes time to the particular techniques and whether you feel that you need to change. I really don't recommend changing any techniques at the outset, because you're going to need to see and feel how each one works. Does it, as I said before, does it fit in? Let's get these teeth fitted in. Does it fit in with the way you like to play? What I'm just going to do now very quickly is power up the matches on Alexa Bliss. If you remembered that those stats that we were looking at just now had gone back down to the low levels, if we combine her, you'll see that the stats will be back up again. But they won't be any higher than they were on the single card once you played the 100 matches. You don't get to like boost it up any higher again. As you can see quite clearly there, she's got back onto big stats again. So bear that in mind as well. Although naturally you're going to want to play all the matches with your Pro card, it's not going to give you a higher bonus than if you had a single card. So all that comes into play, because if you're playing with a Swarm card and you're up against the Behemoth card, that's the kind of thing where, are these stats, is a 55% boost going to help me overcome that card? Perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. Don't know. You have to trial and error to see how it works for you. As you can see, chain, overrun, reversal, and defend. This present card has got the defend stat. So again, brawler techniques. Just keep saying it over and over in your head. Just try and get it embedded in the old noggin, in the old brain up there. You can shuffle if you want to. Let's give it a little go, just see where we get up to. Overrun. So that's changed it, because I had two that were the same there. I had both Bray Wyatt cards were on defend. So now I've got a choice of two. So like I say, you don't need to shuffle both cards as such. You just only need to shuffle one. So I preferred overrun, or I should have stuck with defend. Who knows? I can then make the choice when it comes to the actual prying of the card. So as you can see now, we've got one on defend, which had the shield symbol, and one on overrun, which is the running man that you can see there. I don't think we'll bother shuffling again for the purposes of this experiment. Let's get on with it. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. And what we'll choose is overrun, which was the new technique which we've just picked up. And there you can see the man is in place, the little running man, next to the brawler symbol that is synonymous, and will very soon be synonymous in your own brain, synonymous with the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now, Rey Mysterio, high flyer. So high flyers, let's have a look and see what they've got. They've got overrun, assist, reversal, and inspire. I'm pleased to see reversal is with most of these. I think it's with 4 out of the 5 different styles. So anyway, overrun, assist, reversal, inspire. And again, I'm not going to read out all the individual stats, but you can see from the figures, 55% an overrun, 20% chances with assist, etc. That these are the boosted stats because these cards have played their full matches. What we need to do now is just hippity-scoppity out to the other Rey Mysterio card and see what we've got there. So you can see straight away it's overrun. We've got high flyer and overrun. You can see that from the symbols. So some of you out there will have already started picking up on these symbols, going, oh yeah, I get it. I'm beginning to spot this. So we're going to combine these just to prove what you can do. We'll go with inspire, which was the little man holding his arms in the air, inspiring people as the symbol. So we'll go with that. Now then, move on to our friend counting his fingers, Murphy. Murphy, as you will have seen from just down below, was the striker, as I've mentioned before. It's that hand. I'm not sure if he's got a knuckle duster or if it's like a little electric light or what it is. I'm not sure quite what it is they're trying to show him there. But here we've got overrun 2. Let's call them up. They're both on overrun. You can see he's got the little man, running man symbol. So perhaps if we go in there and just try and change the stat, again just tapping the symbol that you would tap with the equipment cards. As I've said before, reversal's my favourite, so let's try and give reversal a go, see how far it takes us to get to reversal. Bearing in mind there's only 4 choices. Geez, if this was real credits, how much would we have spent so far? This is a costly. This is why I definitely don't recommend doing this till you get the one you want. Just wait until you get another card and hope that it's got reversal. There's about 4,000 credits there. I think that's proof in itself that that's a bit of a mugs game, that, isn't it? Really, particularly with something like this, as I keep mentioning, where you don't really need to do it. You need to see what works for you to start off with, and also a strong chance you're going to pull another card at some stage of the same superstar, so you'd be able to get the character or the technique that you want as it is. Now, my old friend Otis, you can see from the grappling iron is a grappler. He is a grappler, not Opus, as I called him earlier. With chain, assist, reversal, or inspire. He's got assist at present. I'm not unhappy with that. Let's move on, see what we've got with the other Otis. And as you can see, it's that man with his hands in the air, which means inspire. It's inspiring us. So, again, it's a very simple operation. You just pro your card, and you'll be asked which of the techniques you want to take with you. Press the one you want to take, and away you go. And you can see straight away the Inspire is alongside the grappling iron with the man with his arms in the air. So it's really not that difficult to get your head around. I was going to say it's that simple. That's perhaps not fair, because you're probably sitting there now going, oh, I'm not sure about all of this, Big Jim. It's going to take a while. It probably will take a while just to get a few games under your belt and to see these various things in action and see what lands, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. That is something that only you can really decide yourself. As I've said, my favourite, my early favourite, is reversal, because that's got me out of the hole a couple of times just in the testing ground. What I like about it as well is it's an immediate hit. You know where you stand, but particularly if you're going up against someone where you've got a couple of stats that you think, well, I might struggle there, but I could beat them on the other two stats, or her, could be her you're playing, you never know, or them, or the other things that go around these days. But the important thing is, for you personally, you can have extra control with these cards. It's all exciting, it's all new. It gives you that little extra buzz, that little chance of winning. And don't forget, you've got Super Move up your sleeve as well. You'll be able to kick some royal behinds all the way down the street to Buckingham Palace and back. I'm sure they don't play it. Anyway, there we go, people. That's the end of my second of my Season 7 previews. There's going to be a third that explains about PvP and some of the other things that are lurking there in the game for you. Until the next time I see you, you stay cool.
People say to me all the time, hey Johnny Wrestling, what does it take to become a winner? To those people I say, try watching BadLadDad's latest video. He'll show you just what it takes to become a WWE SuperCard champion.